Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Hello, welcome to Love Your Body, Love Your Life. My name is Jenna. I am the host of this show, and I'm also the author of the book titled Love Your Body, Love Your Life. My book you can find my book on Amazon and on barnesandnoble.com. I think we have a little bit of a delay on the video. So anyways, I just wanted to say that. I don't know if my words are in tune with the video. Anyways, welcome to my show, you guys. I have not been live since December. So if anybody's here with me, thank you for tuning in. I have not been live for a whole month and a half, actually. I did a show live in December, and then the holidays rolled around. And then January, I just really got focused and in tune, and kind of went inward a little bit and just wanted to really focus on myself and what I really want to achieve and accomplish this year, 2025. Last time I did the show live, I shared a personal story around the boat parade. So if anybody watched, it was kind of a funny story about a guy named James and the boat parade and how he was trying to tell me how to drink my soup. So I thought I would start the show off and share another kind of funny personal story that happened to me in January. Totally came out of nowhere. And I just wanted to share that with you because I think it will wrap around and tie into what we're talking about today, which is embracing the unknown, which we'll get into. But so holidays came and went. They were okay for me this year. It was a little bit surreal. I didn't have my mom around and I didn't have my dad around. So I'm just kind of backtracking really quick before I tell you guys my personal story. So I didn't have my parents around for some reasons that maybe I'll share down the line. But it was just really a surreal holiday moment for me because I went to actually my dad's house, but he wasn't there. And I spent it with my half brothers and sisters and my family on that side. And then I was going to spend the night, but I didn't plan to spend the night at my dad's. So I ended up driving home, it's about an hour and 15 minutes to drive back to my house. And I ended up driving back Christmas Day and just thinking wow, this is surreal, because is this how it's going to be in the future when I don't have my mom and dad? So I feel like this has kind of been lingering around my brain since holidays, is embracing the unknown. And that's why I titled the show today, that topic. So that kind of happened in December. I drove home really thinking about, that moment where it is real and I don't have them. And, just kind of going into my deep thinking, which, you guys, I am a deep thinker. Okay. So, especially if I'm in the car and I have a long drive, my mind just can go really deep. So anyways, so that was kind of my December. So I decided on that drive, I just really need to hunker down and figure out what I'm going to create this year that is meaningful to my heart, meaningful to me, and how I can be in service on a bigger level to women in particular, but to whoever wants to listen, I guess. So anyways, so January rolls around and I'm in this mode of hermit mode, kind of just really journaling and um, being present with myself and figuring it all out. And I go to Pilates class one Monday evening. Normally, I go on Mondays. And after Pilates, I normally just come home, make dinner, and do my routine. But this particular day, I decided to go pick up dinner from like a local healthy kind of fast food restaurant here in Orange County. And it's dark, it gets dark at like 5 o'clock. And so it's dark. I go and I order my food via phone, and I plan to pick it up and basically drive home and eat. So I get there and picking up my food, and I noticed this guy kind of in line, kind of by me, and I thought, oh, he's kind of cute. But I didn't think much of it. So I pick up my food, and then I thought, oh, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm so hungry. I don't want to like drive home and have to drive and wait to eat. So I was either gonna eat in my car or I was gonna sit and eat in the restaurant. Anyways, so I'm eating my food, and this same guy, I notice him, busy restaurant, it's dinner time. I notice him on the phone across the restaurant, and no big deal. You're eating alone. You kind of like people watch, right? And lo and behold, he approaches me and says, um, may I bother you? I think you're very beautiful. Can I get your phone number? And first of all, this has never happened to me, right? And I didn't expect this at all. Here I am in hermit mode, deep thinking about the unknown, and the day that I lose my parents. That's kind of my where my thoughts are in this moment in time. So here he approaches me, and I'm just like, really? This has never happened to me in my life, where some guy just approaches me and asks me for my number. And, nor I know it's happened to several girls, but this has never happened to me. So I say to him, he has his food in his hand, and I say to him, um, "Oh, are you picking up food for yourself, or are you driving it to someone?" I wanted to know, is he like an Uber driver, or like what does he do for a living? Like, who is this guy? Like, is he delivery boy or what? So anyways, he says, no, 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 I picked up food for myself. I live in so and so area, and I just really like this restaurant. It's healthy, blah blah. I said, oh, okay, interesting. I said, well, do you have an Instagram? And he's like, oh, I just deleted my Instagram, but I can pick it back up if you're more comfortable with giving me your Instagram. And so he he puts his Instagram page back up right in front of me in the restaurant. And I watch this all go down, and see his Instagram page, and he's legit. And I'm thinking, like, he has a legit business to where he has several followers, right, on Instagram. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, he's a legit guy. And so we exchange Instagram profiles. And later that night, or that night, he starts messaging me, and no big deal, casual conversation. So the following weekend rolls around, and I don't know, he got in touch somehow, whatever. And um, he's he says he wants to meet up, and I'm like, oh, okay, sure, sure, we can do that. That'll be fun. Let me see. I had been gone on a date. Uh, God, I can't remember. So I thought, okay, fun. It's kind of came out of nowhere. It'll kind of give my little routine, um, something like different in my routine, right? So, okay, sure, I'm open to doing this. So Saturday morning rolls around, and he leaves me a voice note on Instagram. And in my mind, you guys, I'm thinking, oh, he's going to cancel, right? Like, that's the message that I'm going to hear. He's just going to cancel. But no, he says very politely, like, "Hey, Jenna, I'm just trying to figure out the time because I have to work from so and so time to this time. And I don't know what time you like to eat, but I was thinking dinner. We can get together for dinner." And, it was a very nice message. So so he said, "Otherwise we can do tomorrow," which was Sunday. And I said, "No." I left him a message back and I said, "I can be flexible today, Saturday, because tomorrow I had Sunday, which I had a business meeting to go to." So I said, "I can be flexible on time today. So 7 o'clock would be fine for me," which he suggested 7. So we said, "Okay." So that was all set. And um, then he like left me a voice note like a couple hours later, I don't know, around 12 o'clock Saturday, kind of in between his clients. And he's just like, "How's your day going?" Just kind of being sweet, just being sweet, checking in. We were supposed to meet that night. And I thought, "Oh, that's sweet. He's checking in." Um, and then 5 o'clock rolls around. So here I am, just kind of basically rearranging my day to meet this guy at 7 o'clock that night. And we decided to meet at the restaurant that we had met at a week prior because it was just easier. So then around 5 o'clock, he messages me and he says, "Hey," he's like, "my last client just canceled. Do you want to meet earlier?" And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I can do 6:30 because I had planned 7, so I had things going on." And he was like, "Oh no, that's okay. We'll just leave 7 o'clock." Okay, cool. So I get ready and the restaurant's casual, but I get ready. I do my makeup and hair. I get ready as much as possible as I can casually, but I still want to show up nice. So I get ready. I go to the restaurant. I get there at like 6:50. I sit in my car a little bit. I get out of my car around 6:55 and I'm standing in front of the restaurant. It's cold, it's January. It's dark and I have my jacket on, whatever. So I'm standing outside waiting. 7 o'clock comes around and no, he's not there. Okay, no big deal. I'm pretty patient. So 7:05 rolls around, 7:10 rolls around, and I end up messaging him on Instagram saying I'm here. And I'm thinking maybe he's inside, so I look inside, he's not there. So here I am, 7:20, not there. Um, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, if this you know what, doesn't show up by 7:25, whatever, I'm gonna just go in and order dinner. I'm starved. So sure enough, as you can probably guess by now, he was a no-show. So which interesting, right? I mean, super communicative throughout the whole day, throughout the week. Um, so yeah, so I end up going inside and ordering dinner and eating by myself, which thank God I like the restaurant, you guys. I mean, I was like, damn, at least they have good food, I know the food here. So I go in, I eat by myself. And I want to interject, really quickly because we are going to get into the topic. I have been doing interpersonal work on myself for literally 2 decades. And I can honestly say to you that if this would have happened to me even 6 months to a year ago, I would have been spiraling like crazy, probably. Like totally in my head, bashing myself, making it about me. And who knows where my mind would have went. But because I've been working on myself, I instantly went into the mantra of this is all happening for me, not to me. And again, I think this goes hand in hand with our subject today of embracing the unknown, which I'll get into. I want to finish my story. So, I immediately go into that mantra, like, this is happening for me, not to me. There is definitely a something good that's going to come out of this, right? There always is. There has to be something, a lesson that's good and positive, and something that I could take to learn about myself from this situation. And you know, so I eat my dinner. I'm in the car by, I don't know, 8 o'clock. I ate pretty fast. I was starving. And 8 o'clock, 8:10. So 8:15 rolls around and I get a message from this guy saying, I am so sorry my car got towed, with 3 sad emojis. So I just was like, really? Do you really think that I'm gonna believe this BS? Like, really? Like, no. Did you just go to your car at 8:15 to get to a date at 7? Like, this is total bullshit, right? So, anyways, I don't know if anybody's on live chat right now, but I've told a handful of people this story, and 2 girls said that I missed a red flag when this guy first approached me. And I just want to tell you guys what 2 girls picked up on that clearly I didn't pick up on, because I saw this totally different. I had a different perspective of this quote unquote red flag. So the red flag was that when he approached me with for my number in the restaurant a week prior, the red flag was that he had deleted his Instagram. And 2 girls said to me, "That was your red flag, because anybody that is legit and has like a legit business that could promote their business on Instagram, why would they delete their profile?" So, you guys, I didn't pick up on that at all. Like, I didn't pick up on that red flag. I looked at it like kind of a positive thing, to be honest, because I would rather have a guy that's not hanging out on Instagram all day, you know? So I thought I would just share that with you, because it's something to kind of look at if you guys are ever out there and dating in the dating world, and you want to really pay attention to um, the social media aspect. 2 girls pointed that out. Like, if they are legit and they have a legit business that could be promoted on Instagram, they should have their Instagram page up and their profile up, and it should be like public. And these 2 girls that picked that up said the only reason why he would have deleted it is because he maybe had done something wrong, or who knows. Well, anyways, I will finish the story of telling you guys that I did not end up blocking him, because I was just curious, like, what the F happened, really? Like, I knew in my gut it had to be around another girl, right? It had to have been. So this past weekend, which is now it's been over a month probably. This past weekend, I went on my Instagram just randomly, and this same guy had posted a photo of him and his girlfriend, or him and a girl, which I'm assuming is his girlfriend, because he made, like, in his caption, he basically said, my baby, or whatever, you know? So, anyways, that's my personal story, and then we'll get into topic. Okay, so I do have some questions. Are there more things that may be red flags to look for? Oh gosh, good question, Pam. I mean, yeah, there's a ton of red flags to look for. I mean, in this scenario, I didn't really have a lot of time to look for red flags, because it was such a short, instant meeting where I was just kind of exchanging Instagrams. But if you guys want to talk about red flags, I mean, I feel like as women, we kind of know in our guts instantly if the guy is good or not. You know, if they're really good liars, if they're really good at keeping who they are at bay, then it may take a couple months, but not I don't think it would take 6 months if you're really in tune and you're really honest with yourself. You can tell when guys have shifty eyes and like if you're at a restaurant or something and they're looking around or they're always on their phone um or they turn their phone off when they're with you or they're always, looking at social media. Guys are just they're just kind of sloppy to be honest, and they will let you know who they are right off the bat. You just got to be open and honest with yourself as women, because I will say to you that, I will say that I have self abandoned myself so many times, you guys, in relationships, just because I didn't want to see the red flags. I didn't want to hear them. I saw other qualities in them that I liked, and I wanted to believe that the other things just weren't significant, I guess, um, enough for me to not be with that guy. So just be honest with yourself. Jeff, were you interested in him? I mean, I was, like I thought it would have just been fun to, like I said, kind of have a different routine. I was so hunkered down through December and January, and I can get pretty deep with myself and get pretty serious. So I thought it would just be fun. I wasn't looking at it like, oh, this is my person. I was just kind of looking at it for a good fun, night kind of thing. Dave, was he seeing the girl and cheating on her or got with her after he planned on meeting with you? I feel like he's been seeing this girl for quite a while. That's the feeling I get. And I feel like he was maybe cheating on her. Or maybe they were taking a break. And it's funny, Dave. That night I thought to myself, he like a girl must have showed up at his house and he got distracted. Or one of my girlfriends said that when he messaged me at 5, because you guys remember he messaged me at 5 and said that his last client rescheduled, right? So one of my girlfriends said that when his last client rescheduled and he knew he wasn't meeting you till 7, that he went out and met with somebody else, which maybe it was his girlfriend, and then he just got distracted. So but I feel like the girl that he did post, I feel like that's kind of his girlfriend and he's just a cheater. So if you're listening, thank you for the content because he still follows me and I haven't blocked him. So he might listen to this show. Who knows? But thank you for the content and good luck with your girlfriend. That's what I have to say. Um, but I wanted to switch back to Pam and let you guys know that I do music as well. So I do have a song on Spotify and it is about toxic relationships and it's titled Reel Me Back In. So if you guys want to listen to that, or Pam, if you want to listen to that, I do talk about red flags in the show. So anyways, yeah, that was my January dating little scenario story. But I was open to it because, to be honest, I let 2 relationships go last year, like August and September, and I kind of cleaned house, you guys. I literally just was like, I can't do this anymore. With 2 different guys, I was kind of seeing off and on, and an ex that kept coming back and just reeling me back in, which is my song. And I finally made a decision that they just can't be my life anymore. And that was another reason why I thought that this guy that approached me would have been fun, because I haven't allowed myself to go and date um since August. Yeah, August. I was trying to think of that date earlier when I was talking about my story. So, but that didn't happen. So, but yeah, so I am ready. I feel like this year is going to be about change, significant change. I feel it, and everywhere I go, I I feel it in the air. I hear what people are talking about. I've had two girls in particular talk to me about change and how they feel it in their bodies and how they know that this year needs to be about significant change. One girl in particular was my hygienist at the dentist, and she was talking about how she's on this health kick now, and she knows that she needs to let go of some bad, I call them bad, but they're just, some habits that need to be changed. And then another girl I was talking to last weekend, she feels it like in her gut that she needs to shift gears in her career. So I feel like this year, 2025, is about change. And, I'm about high vibration, right? Everything is energy, everything is vibration, even words, even letters, even numbers. And so, one of my mentors told me about the number nine, which if you total up 2025, or the date, the year 2025, it totals to nine, the number nine. And the number nine represents a lot, but I'm going to tell you guys and share a little bit about the number nine. It's about completion and fulfillment. It's about letting go. It's about realization, clarity, revelations, ease of forgiveness, closure, comprehensiveness, feeling selflessness, which means being unattached, compassion, deep feeling, soul connection, which I love, patience, harmony, significant and powerful. So this year, number nine, significant and powerful, transformation, which I love, old soul, wisdom, and service. So this is all what the number nine, 2025 embodies. So if any of that resonates with you guys, then this year will be some of that. Some of those qualities will be involved with this year, 2025. So I thought I would share because I'm into this kind of stuff. I love it. Like I said, I'm a deep thinker. I like to go into words and what they mean. So but yeah, so if anybody feeling change this year, I'd love to know. Share with me where you guys are at so we could talk about it. I feel it coming on, and I want you guys to share. So give me a quick second. I'm going to take a drink of water here. I love sparkling water. I need to make changes, Pam said. Okay. Yeah. What area of your life needs to make change, Pam? If you're open and willing to share, please do. I know for me this year, the area of my life that I would love big shifts and changes are in relationship. Number one, everything is relationship, first of all, but in romantic relationships, in friendships, I need better people in my life. I need more genuine people in my life. I need more truthful people in my life. I need humor in my life. So I need that to have change. And I also am looking at shifting gears in as far as career. I do real estate. So if you guys don't know that about me yet, I do real estate here in Orange County. But this year, I really would love to shift gears and take my life coaching license that I got in 2019, my book that I wrote, Love Your Body, Love Your Life, and my platform here, and really create something that is significant. And what I'm doing is I'm creating a new website, and I'm going to be offering life coaching for women. So that's something else that I've been working on all of December and all of January is shifting gears. So hopefully by this time next year, um, I will have a coaching practice that I could talk to you guys about and more content, because I feel like if more women share, then we know where everybody's at and we can help each other and support each other. So that's the kind of changes I am looking at making this year. So Pam, I need to stop dating the wrong guys. I need to work smarter, not harder, and I need to get the negative out. Yeah. So with that said, let's shift gears into talking about our subject today, which is embracing the unknown. Because I feel like let's start out with dating the wrong guys. Okay. Um, I'm a writer. Okay. So sometimes my thoughts come out better if I write. And I'm going to read this to you guys. It's stream of consciousness from what I journaled this morning based on the topic of embracing the unknown. And it is going to circle back to Pam's dating the wrong guys situation, I feel. So this is stream of consciousness. It's this morning, my journaling. And this is what I wrote. Embracing the unknown, a lot of it is about being present, keeping the eye on the inside, keeping one eye on the inside. Meaning how you are feeling, embracing your emotions without judgment, allowing yourself to feel all emotions are equal. We've been taught to think that anger and fear are bad, but when dissected and redirected, they can be powerful emotions that allow an opening back to self-love and acceptance. Yeah, so embracing fear can lead us to our magnificence rather than acting or making decisions from fear. Example, staying in a bad relationship versus embracing the feeling of fear and stepping into a new direction. Challenging, yes, but empowering for yourself, the health of your mental and psychological self, body, maybe a different perspective. So that was kind of my stream of consciousness this morning, Pam, or whoever's listening. But I wanted to share that because I see you say you need to stop dating the wrong guys. So my question is, what's holding you back from stopping dating the wrong guys? Like, my question is, do you see they're the wrong guys and you keep dating them because you're afraid of the unknown, or you're afraid of being by yourself, or you're afraid that you won't meet the right guy? So those are my questions. And I wanted to read that because it is scary, and I'm talking from myself, my personal experience. It is scary to move toward the unknown and not know if a person's going to walk in your life. And I'll just share with you guys, I'll be vulnerable. Like, I consider myself an only child. I have half siblings, but I grew up by myself. So that's kind of like a deep fear of mine, because I've always been alone, So I feel like that's where I've made my mistakes in the past is I've gravitated toward not the best guys because I just didn't want to be by myself. And I saw something good in them that I could hang on to, but I decided not to, just like kind of erase everything that I knew wasn't good for me just so I wouldn't be alone, And I think for lots of years, giving myself grace, I wasn't aware of that pattern, right? But once I became aware of it, then it's kind of harder. It's like once you're aware of your shit, you got to like really own up to it and just make the better decision. So, I mean, just don't do it, Pam. Just get into something else. Get into a hobby that you love. Start reading books at night. Read my book, Love Your Body, Love Your Life. Okay, so she's talking to me now. Pam says, no, I don't see that they are not genuine until we are into the relationship. I need to know what to look for, like the little red flag, so I don't fall for the fake. So are they covert narcissists? I mean, is that what they're doing? I mean, because they're really good. They're highly manipulative people and they act like they're so genuine, so nice, and they're really not. Um, Pam, honestly, what the only thing that I could say to you on the show at this time is you got to go with your gut. You got to really stay embodied in your body so you catch those little gut feelings. And, you know, with that said, let's talk about things that we can do to stay grounded because it's easy to not be in your body, especially if you get overwhelmed or like caught up in a bad relationship, or sorry, not caught up in a bad relationship, in a good relationship where the chemicals of your brain and all those good hormones are flowing and they're making you feel so good and you're laughing and you're having a good time. They're telling you you're beautiful. Like you just want to be like there. You don't want to even like catch the red flags, right? If they're that charming and manipulative and they're handsome and you like them and there's chemistry and all this stuff, it's like you got to create rituals to get back into your body and listen to your little voice, listen to that inner voice. So, this is part of embracing the unknown. I feel like we have to stay grounded in the present time. And if we're in a situation where we can't, like, let's say something happens where, let's just take this example. You're in a situation, you're on a date, you're with this guy that's love bombing you or just making you feel like you're the queen of the earth, and you just feel great. Let's say you're in that situation and you can't. Your brain is just there. You can't really. You're not grounded, right? You're not grounded in yourself. You're just taken by this situation. I say that you create rituals to go home and get stable, get grounded within yourself again and dissect that situation. So then you're able to really dissect to see if you missed any red flags. So what you can do, Pam, or anybody that wants to create a ritual around that, is go home and write exactly what you felt, what exactly happened in the date. Right as soon as you get home, just start journaling. Journal everything that happened in the date. How he made you feel, what you were wearing, what you ate, what he said, what you said, and really just stream of consciousness, no editing, anything you want to write. Nobody's going to read what you wrote. He's never going to read it. It's only your eyes, for your eyes. So I say write it all down. That way you can reread what you wrote to yourself the following day or even a couple days after all that hormone rush goes away. That's one thing. Okay, so Pam is saying exactly. I need to lead with forward thinking instead of my feeling. See, that's really good. Really, really good. Instead of my feeling. It's so hard because listen, it's really hard. The hormones are flying, it's like we get wrapped up in the moment. So just don't be hard on yourself. Just create a ritual when you go home, write. That way you can reread and come with your forward thinking later on that the following day or couples days, just and then see if there's any red flags that you picked up on that you missed. And if you did pick up on those red flags, then pivot at that moment. Create a boundary or ask questions to the guy. Ask him, what did you mean by this? Or this made me feel this way. Like, is there a reason why you said that? Or can I revisit this? That was one thing I did say early on after my divorce in 2019. I dated a guy. This is the guy that I dated, first guy I dated right after my divorce. And talking about staying grounded, you guys, I wasn't in a place where I'm at now, and I still got to work on it every day, but I would literally leave my body. Like, if there was something that he would say to me, I would leave my body. It was like I had no voice, I had no response. And one of my mentors at the time told me to tell him, sometimes I might have to revisit conversations. Okay. So I did. I dated this guy for 6 months. And I told him one time at dinner, I said, I'm really raw at this. I was married for 10 years. I'm really raw at dating. I might have to revisit conversations because I might need a little time to dissect and process things that we talk about. So if you don't mind, can I revisit some things every now and again? And he was, of course, like, yeah, thank you for saying that, instead of me just looking at him like, you know, um, a deer in headlights without anything to say. He respected that, that I told him, like, yeah, let's can I revisit this? He was like, of course we can revisit this anytime. So that's maybe something that you can say, to your guys that you're dating, Pam, can I revisit this? Um, in 2 days or something. So anyways, yeah. So I hope that helps you. Journal after your dates and see if there's any red flags that you missed. But let's talk about other rituals that can help us stay grounded and um, get us back into our body when we are faced with um, something that throws us off our center, or if we're thinking about the future too much and we really want to stay present. So some things that I wrote to keep us stable and grounded are salt baths. So like I do pink salt, and salt is really soothing, and it actually takes away any kind of like energy throughout the day. It's really good to, kind of let the day go. And I've probably talked about this on other shows, but it's worth oh, we're 5 minutes. Gosh, that went by fast. Okay. So really quickly, salt bath, prayer, meditation, journal, which I talked about, talk to a trusted friend, breath work, mantras, and walking. And it's really learning to stay present and um, care and just really love into your life at the present time. Just stay present with your thoughts. So yeah, you guys, that's my show on embracing the unknown. I really appreciate you guys and all your questions today. I have a lot coming down the pipe in February and March, so I will be live as soon as I can again with you guys, but stay tuned for good things to come in 2025 from me. So until next time, love your body and love your life. Take care.